Hey guys, what's up? So I tried to record this regularly, but any. I could not record it because it just wouldn't work for me. It doesn't like me. As you can tell from the title, well, first off, this is my first time showing my face. Um, so this is a story time. This is a true story. This has actually happened to me. Where to start? So in 2017, I found out that I was pregnant. I was 18 at that time. I was scared. It was just me and my husband and the person we were living with, which was our roommate. We had a friend who lived in Tacoma, Washington, who we hadn't seen in years. We're like, we're gonna go visit you. What's up? Little did we know, it would bring us to rock bottom, literally on our knees begging for help. Eventually, in the beginning of February, me, my husband, and for the sake of their identity, I'm going to call them person A, B, and C, we took a 5-day bus ride, just me, my husband, person A, and B. Person C was already there. So, A, B, me, and my husband, we took a 5.5-day bus ride to Tacoma, Washington. Once we got there, it was all great. We were reunited. We were best friends. We were so happy, and we were at the top of our life. We were just so happy. I'm sorry for the nasty background. I just noticed it. When we got there, we were like, so today, by the way, today being March 15th, marks 1 year ago that we got there. And the mom saying there and not here, you guys will find out in this video why. Everything was great to start with. It was. The 5 of us were in a motel room. We snuck one person in like everyone does. It was the 5 of us in one motel room. I remember the first one we went to was a Motel 6. And we were happy. Then came the time where person A went to rehab. Everything was bad from there on once she left. Come our second motel, it was just me and my husband, person B and C. So it was just the 4 of us now. We were all really getting tired of person B's stuff. So me, my husband, and person C went off and got our own motel. We had $300 to our name, and we spent every single penny of it on a room. We got one room, and that gave us 3 days. But being caught up in all of our stuff we were doing, at this time, I was 20 weeks pregnant. Once we realized we were out of motel time and out of money and no jobs or anything or any way to get money, we realized we were at rock bottom. So me, my husband, and person C, we all decided to go up to Kirkland, Washington to visit person A in rehab. Now, to get to Kirkland, you had to go through Seattle, which we made it to about the border, the skirt to Seattle. Until it was 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we realized we're tired. We have no food. We have no money. We had a few bucks, I believe. We had like maybe $7, $8 to our name. And I remember we stopped at a Wendy's and we just sat there for hours on end. And I mean hours on end eating the tiniest meal that we had. just to try to stay somewhere. We stayed there I think we stayed there until they closed. Um, Eventually we realized that we were going to have to sleep in the woods. Person C fell asleep fairly quickly because he was from there, so he was easily able to fall asleep even though it was 22-degree weather with snow on the ground and more coming down. My husband and I, on the other hand, could not sleep. I remember me and my husband cuddling up to each other, trying to keep each other warm, and then he just spoke up that he wasn't gonna let me sleep like this. Neither was he. So person C, who was in trouble with the law, once we said that we were going to call the non-emergency number and try to get some help, he took off. We called my husband's mom, who walked us through what we needed to do. Luckily, a non-emergency officer came out, ID'd us. Luckily, we had our Florida IDs on us, so they knew where we were from. They took us to a bus stop where they took us to a bus stop where we probably went about at least an hour or so. And then a rescue team had come to get us. I remember the officers as well before they left, before the non-emergency, or before the rescue team came and got us. The officers gave us those like little police blankets they give you, and they gave us a couple of those to try to keep us warm. And when we got to that, I remember we got to the homeless shelter. They let me plug my phone in to charge. That way we would still be able to keep in contact with my mother-in-law. That morning when we called her back, they're like, alright, so we got you guys plane tickets, but we cannot afford a baggage fee. You guys are allowed to take on 2 free carry-ons. So we had 2 small bags and a huge suitcase and a huge duffel bag. So me and my husband rummaged through it, put his stuff in one bag, my stuff in another bag, as much as we could. We packed this motherfucker too. And we had to get rid of so much. But I remember that homeless camp that we stayed at, we donated everything to it other than what we could fit in those small bags or carry on. I remember before us leaving, the little campsite that they had, that they gave us little bus passes. So we took the bus to the airport, and my husband was like, "Babe, we have nowhere to sleep tonight. Our flight doesn't leave till tomorrow morning." Like, babe, I think long and hard. I'm like, okay, if we pick up our tickets now, airport security cannot do anything about us being here because we have our boarding passes and we have our plane tickets. All we have to do is say, we're not from around here. We're here waiting for our flight. And that's what we did. We spent probably a good 24 hours in the airport. We had absolutely no money whatsoever. We did not eat until we got on that plane and got a free fucking pack of peanuts and a drink. Once we got back to Florida, I remember we got to the Orlando airport where my husband's parents met us and drove us back to the small town we live in. Being that we had nowhere to go, they opened their home to me and him. Yes, they were his parents, but they opened their home to me as well. And we lived there for 6 months, which was the remainder of my pregnancy. They helped us save up money. They got us on our feet. We were rock bottom, about to sleep in the woods at a fucking homeless shelter. And they took us in and helped us save money. My husband got a job about 4 days after we moved back. We cut everybody else out of our lives just because we wanted a new start for our son and for ourselves. And 1 year later to the day, we are in our own house now. We moved out of his parents' house, and September 1st of last year, so 7 months later, after we got back to Florida, we have our own place. Um, Next month, March 4th marks exactly 1 year we've been back in Florida. But since September 1st, we have our own house. I have a beautiful, healthy baby boy, which is another story of my life I want to tell you guys. I was 6 days late for my due date. I was 6 days late. He was 6 days late, not me. Um, when I finally went into labor, it was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. I went to the hospital. I actually went into labor the day after my birthday, the day after my 19th birthday. And I was in labor for, I want to say, 16 hours. And when my actual doctor finally got to the hospital around fucking 2:30 in the goddamn afternoon on August 4th, they had to realize after 16 hours of labor, hey, your baby is turned. His head's underneath your pelvic bone. I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? They're like, well, if you keep pushing, he's gonna die. My heart stopped. It stopped. It drowned. I felt my entire everything in my body drown. I felt like I died for a minute. That's how I felt. I remember going into the OR room, waiting a few moments, and that's when my husband came in and he was wearing straps that he could sit next to me as our son was being born. Um, I remember him crying his eyes out, watching me, because I remember a few days before, because we were making jokes. Maybe he's gonna commit that maybe our son was gonna be born on my birthday. And I remember his mom saying that we shouldn't be too excited just in case something goes wrong and maybe I die. That we weren't gonna want something like that to happen. And come to feel that my son almost died. My son was born via C-section, via emergency C-section, on August 4th of 2018. Luckily, they got him out and he is perfectly healthy. He is now about to turn 7 months old. Wow. Come March 4th, the 1 year anniversary of me being back in Florida, he will be 7 months old. It's amazing how much hope can bring you up from rock bottom, because we had zero hope when we hit rock bottom in Washington. We did not think we were going to make it out of that. And here we are back in Florida. We have our own apartment. It's a very small apartment, but it has 4 walls and a roof. We have food on the table. We have money to play with. But none of that matters. The thing that matters is that me and my husband and my son are together and we're in a safe environment. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. I think I filmed it at least 3 or 4 times before. Probably about 3 or 4 times before, but I was just been too cocky to upload it, so that's why I'm doing it live right now. That way I don't have the option to upload it or not. It's automatically there for you guys. And I just felt like it's something I had to share. So I'm gonna head and sign off now. It's just a video I've been wanting to do for a while. So share this video, please. Please, 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 please. It was one hell of an experience, guys. And I'm glad you guys could be a part of it watching. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button too. Comment down below any life-changing stories you've had. Click that subscribe button, wherever that's at over here, I don't know. And click that bell icon so you guys get notified of when I upload videos or go live. So thank you guys a lot for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.